The tube is for drinking water, and it's an adjustment I had to make so that this backpack could be the ultimate portable video production kit, as well as a decent engineering school bag. Overall, this bag is designed to reduce one thing, which is friction, but I realize that that isn't the biggest problem I have. The tube is part of a water bladder, which you've probably seen people use for hiking, running, and other endurance activities. I keep the actual bladder inside my bag and just extend the tube outside for easy access. The reason I don't just use a water bottle is because the pouch for it is taken up by a gorilla pod. It's a small tripod which has bendy legs and I find it pretty versatile, especially for uneven terrain. There's a quick release plate which lets me snap my camera on and off pretty quickly, and speaking of which, here's where my camera lives. It's a big side pocket that has easy access, so I can get my camera even when I'm standing up. Raw dogging the camera like this is pretty powerful because it lets me capture some scenes that I might not have planned to take, but I think look cool anyways. That being said, there are a few tools that I find very crucial, and they all live in this camera accessories section. The most important is the audio equipment, and I carry a wireless mic set as well as a boom mic. Besides that, there's space for 2 extra lenses and a variable ND filter. There's also some bonus room where I can store my wireless mouse, which brings us to the whole school bag part of this. I'm doing a Master's of Engineering at the U of A, and there's 2 things I find essential: something to type with and something to write with. To type with, I have this beast of a laptop, which granted doesn't look like much, but it's been running solid for over 4 years. I gave it a storage upgrade, I cleaned out the fans, and sure it does have its quirks, like the fan spinning up at full speed when you open it up from sleep, but I think that's part of its charm, and honestly, I've kind of fallen in love with it. This laptop can handle SolidWorks, MATLAB, and any other engineering software I throw at it, and as far as typing goes, I can easily get 80 words per minute because the keyboard is just comfortable for some reason. But that's typing, and I'm still kind of old school, so I like writing as well. That's why I keep a sketchbook and a compact pencil case. There's something freeing about ink on a page, which is why I keep coming back to it even though I know that there are higher tech options available. I say higher tech like this because one of the disadvantages is that it takes power to keep it going, and that's why a lot of my backpack is devoted to keeping extra batteries, charging cables, charging adapters, and things of that nature just to make sure I can use my tech. It's a small price to pay and it doesn't take up too much space, but it just emphasizes the simplicity of paper and pen, which I really do appreciate. Speaking of appreciate, I'm sure that people appreciate my dedication to deodorant, which I keep in my bag at all times. There's a stereotype that engineers smell bad, they don't shower, and all that stuff, and it is just a stereotype, but I want to be on the forefront of dismantling that. Alongside the deodorant, I also pack a couple of other quality of life things, like a pack of gum and some lip balm. Finally, this top section of the backpack, it doesn't have any dividers in it, and it's pretty flexible for multiple purposes, so here are some things that I've used it for. 1. Carrying my drone alongside its controller and a couple of filters for it. 2. Dismantling my gimbal and then putting it in there piece by piece. And 3. Packing a lunch so that I don't have to buy something when I'm at school on those long days. That's a pretty long-winded explanation of why this bag has a tube, but I want to stress that this bag has been all over the world. It's been to London, Paris, Zurich, Rome, Athens, and even domestically, it's been on the west coast and the east coast of Canada. In every case, the bag and its contents have been adapted, moved around, reorganized, but overall, they aim to fulfill one goal, which is reducing friction. I like making videos, and I don't want there to be any excuse why I can't. So if I can keep all my gear with me at all times, then I'll always be ready, and that should be a win for me. And to be clear, this system has generally been a win. For example, I was walking on campus one day and I saw some horses out of nowhere, and turns out it was for a charity event. So I found the organizers and I was able to film them a video with no preparation, no planning. That video ended up performing pretty decently, and because I was promoting an upcoming charity event, I like to think that, some good came out of this. That being said, the real problem is that I've put too much faith into this idea of reducing friction. This idea of if I can keep my gear as close to me as possible and make the interface as seamless as possible, that it'll make me make more videos. The truth is that the real barrier is all in my head. It's the overthinking, the what ifs, the maybes. With a mindset like that, even if you have a camera strapped to your hands at all times, you're still not going to hit that record button. Ironically, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. The relationship between identity and behavior is a bit more complex than I thought. Do video creators make videos? Or does someone that creates videos become a video creator? I'm going to make a bet that it's the behavior that informs the identity. The lesson I've learned is that reducing friction is great and it feels really good, But what's 100 times more important is having the mentality of just taking action, just getting out there and doing it.